Something I really enjoy reading in comics most of the time is not really like a superhero's feats or their greatest failures, or when a superhero stops holding back, with the exception of Peter Parker, of course. But I love to read stories where superheroes kick back and enjoy themselves, because stories like those are few from far between. And I'd like to share a story that I'm quite fond of, because in the Marvel Universe, the Thing has a traditional poker game night that he hosts himself with all of his fellow superheroes. And in the Thing's weekly poker game, heroes will get together for a friendly game with the money going to the charities of the winner's choice. The pot's never really that high because some heroes aren't made of money, so by the end of the night, the winner will end up donating maybe $100 or so to charity. And on this night, Spidey decided to stop by and play a few rounds with the other heroes, because it was a pretty quiet night. Once bets were placed, Spidey looked around at all the players, analyzing them when handed their cards. And Spidey just so happened to be one of the best poker players ever, because not only did his mask cover his face so no one could read him, but his spider sense also warned him if a player was bluffing or not. However, in the middle of the game, a knocking could be heard at the door, confusing the other heroes on whether room service was ordered. But upon Invisible Woman opening the door, it had turned out to be Kingpin. The heroes would freak out, getting ready for a fight, but the Kingpin would motion to the heroes that he means them no harm, and that he went through a lot of trouble to find their poker game. Kingpin then asks for a minute of their time to make a proposal, to sweeten the pot a bit, as his henchman opens a briefcase with $300,000 inside. Kingpin then proposes to give $50,000 to each hero to play a real game of winner takes all, and if any of the heroes win, they shall donate all the money to a charity of their choosing. But if Kingpin wins, he'll use the money to buy illegal drugs, a yacht he named the Hero's Folly, and with the remaining $20 from Spidey, buy himself a Cuban cigar illegally. Mr. Fantastic asks why the Kingpin would go through such a trouble, to which Kingpin would reply that he loves giving heroes an opportunity to stick it to him just to squash it in front of them. Kingpin takes great pleasure from that. So all the heroes think about it, along with Spidey, who really wants to put his money where his mouth is. So the heroes agree to have Kingpin play poker with them. As soon as the game would start, Doctor Strange decides to go all in, only to lose all of his money moments later. An hour later, a couple of heroes give up, and Doctor Strange decides to buy in for the second time, refusing to give up. And to pass the time, Spider-Man alongside Human Torch pretend to be commentators on ESPN, which ends up annoying Kingpin, until Mr. Fantastic asks everyone in the room, what's the craziest thing you've all ever seen?
A class clown dressed in a spider suit.
The Mafia.
Touché.
2 hours later, the Thing loses to Kingpin, leaving just Spider-Man on the table. Kingpin is surprised to see just how far Spidey has come, but he's been reading his body language and believes he knows exactly what cards Spidey holds.
It's a question of push coming to shove, and when all is said and done, you have only two pairs, and neither the patience nor the resolve to bluff me. Which leads me to state the obvious. I'm all in.
Kingpin goes all in, and to make Kingpin mad, Spider-Man does the same. So Kingpin then throws his hand of cards flat down on the table, shouting he has a full house, celebrating his victory. But Spidey interrupts his boost of dopamine to reveal his hand of cards to be 4 9s, which are better than his full house, leaving Kingpin absolutely flabbergasted. As Spidey yoinks all of Kingpin's money away, revealing he had been playing him like a chump the whole time, leaving Kingpin so mad he could kill one of his own henchmen at any minute. And after Spidey's win, he would choose to send all $300,000 to the Cerebral Palsy Research Foundation in Kansas, except for $20. Spidey uses the $20 to buy MJ some roses, and as Spidey swung back to his home, he laughed the whole time because of how much he embarrassed Kingpin. I hope y'all like this story, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Imagine this was the reason Kingpin ended up getting Aunt May shot. That'd be insane.